The time is 9 o'clock.
Aago mẹ́sàn-án ti lù.
For the best of national, local, international news and sport, tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
It's a minute past 9. Good morning and many thanks for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. This is News Punch, a news and current affairs compilation of topical stories and headlines making the rounds. I am Joseph Emiribe. You're welcome. And here are the headlines trending in the news this great morning. Nigeria building investor-friendly financial system, says President Tinubu. Jega submits a report on livestock reforms to Tinubu. INEC releases guidelines, regulations for recall of lawmakers by aggrieved constituents. Federal government set up committee on Independence Day celebration. Still with the federal government set up votes 362.9 billion naira to tackle hardship through agriculture. This is coming from the information minister. Federal government takes delivery of NLJ converted NRC locomotive. Local government autonomy Senate will empower Supreme Court on verdict. This is from the Senate President. Whistleblower bill to be presented to the National Assembly. This is from the Finance Minister. ECMR, we won't stop vehicles to check papers again, says Nigeria Police. More confusion in PDP over National Chair Damagam. Edo people aren't dumb. They don't need Wike to know whom to vote for. This is from Governor Baseki. Governorship poll, Edo government declares Friday work-free day. Over 800,000 get credit in English, math, as NECO releases 2024 SSCA result. Earth tremor. Don't be alarmed, CJJ director tells Pape resident. I'm moving on to the foreign scene. UN expresses disappointment over extension of South Sudan's transitional period to 2027. 33 Congolese fishermen killed on Lake Kivu in a span of 9 months. Israel arrests citizen in Iran plot to kill Netanyahu. And lastly, from the foreign scene, Canada to further cut international student foreign worker permits. And moving on to the world of sport. Dream debut for Wales as Leverkusen tomb their Feyenoord. And still in sport, UCL, Boniface in action. Teller benched as Bayer Leverkusen trash Feyenoord. And lastly, in the world of sport, right thumbs up Aina's display versus Liverpool. And those are the major headlines making the rounds this great morning. It was compiled and edited by Nedu Okorie, and I am Joseph Emiribe. For sponsorship or advert placement, you can reach us via 0912 9294 332. You can also reach our marketing lines again via 09077 2271 Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we have in-depth analysis and discuss at length on issues, trending issues affecting us as humans, as Nigerians. And you can get to be a part of this conversation in due course. We will be switching the mics your direction. Alright, you can listen live and direct respective of your location via www.diamondfm.net, or get to listen on YouTube at Diamond 887 FM on Facebook, and on YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin.
No vote buying. I'm not ready to vote. Yes. You're sure of that? We are sure. Everybody is sure of that.
Voting during elections affects your life and generations after you. Say no to vote buying, election violence, voter inducement, thuggery, do or die politics. You only have one vote. Use it well.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hurt Indomine? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Yes, it's exactly 8 minutes past 9, and you're still on to your shining supreme radio station, Diamond 88.7 FM, reaching you live and direct from Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. This great morning, we are glad and happy that we are alive. We thank God for yet another opportunity to right the wrongs of yesterday. And I don't know where you're listening from. I greet you welcome and good morning. It's that time where we discuss issues, okay? We discuss issues extensively from now till some minutes before 10. It's the Diamond Breakfast Show, where issues from governance to politics to security to society, name it, we lay it bare and we talk extensively on it on the platform. And today is not it's not a difference, as we will be having that conversation, deep-rooted conversation. Today is quite unique, as we are having someone of a great repute, someone of timber and caliber. You get to meet him very, very shortly. But we are glad and happy that you're there, tuned on to your shining supreme radio station, Diamond 88.7 FM. And you can be a part of this conversation. We are live on all social media plugs. On our Facebook, we're live at Diamond 88.7 FM, and also on YouTube, Diamond FM Ilorin. You can get to also stream us live on Radio Garden, right, by searching for Diamond FM 88.7. In due course, we will be opening the studio lines for you listening to also make your input. Okay, just as we preach here, go straight to the point, be as brief as possible for others listening to be given the same ample opportunity to make their stance and position on the program. We don't give room to name calling or inciting words on the platform. Be as brief as possible. The studio lines still remain 0913 6556 952. Sending your reactions via WhatsApp in due course 0913 6556 864. What are we discussing this great morning? Elections are with us. From Edo to Kwara State, we are looking extensively on the elections. How far so far? How prepared are the relevant authorities, relevant stakeholders, all right, to execute free, fair, and credible elections in Kwara? We will be looking at this extensively, and should time permit us, we'll also touch on the recent move by the Minister of Health to decriminalize suicide in Nigeria. And it's a great privilege to have, I call him a man with a distinct sterling crown. He is a man with many paths. My guest this morning is not slothful in business. He's a fervent spirit man and also very much diligent in all that he do. I have the privilege, of sharing the same room with Baba Aladura Israel Kinyadewo. He is the president Organization of African Instituted Churches, or IIC, Prelate Motailato Church, Cherubim and Seraphim Worldwide. And he is also an associate professor of accounting, University of Ilesha, Osun State. Good morning, Prof.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. It's a privilege having you live in the studio this morning.
Thank you so much. It's my privilege too.
All right. So much to say. I hope I got your name right.
Yes, you got a pass mark for that.
I'm glad and happy that at least to an extent.
Yes,
it's a privilege meeting you once again.
Thank you so much.
And maybe briefly before we delve into this issue before us, who is this great man before us this morning? While we delve deeper into the conversation, people out there want to know who we are having in the studio this morning.
Thank you so much. I rather prefer to paraphrase that great to say, who is this small man?
The servant of God.
Morning. Yeah.
All right.
I am Babaladra Israel Kinyadewo, like you rightly said.
All right.
I am the prelate of the Motelato Church, Cherubim and Seraphim Worldwide, which means Motelato means orderliness.
Orderliness.
And the president of the Organization of African Instituted Churches, OAIC. And OAIC is one of the 5 blocks of CAN.
Okay.
It's basically a body that is meant for all churches established by Africans.
All churches
and it's so unique amongst the CAN blocks because it is basically not imported. It is homegrown. That is why it is. And also, yes, like you have rightly said too, and I'm associate professor of accounting, and of course I have supervised several postgraduate students, including PhD. And I'm a strong researcher in forensic accounting and the likes. Yeah.
It's a privilege having you live in the studio despite your busy schedule.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are discussing something very germane. It's something no longer news. The elections. And sincerely so much to say. But while we delve into this conversation, I'll quickly brush through the report. This is recently, and I'll quickly take it as reported on one of our national tabloids. It says, ahead of the scheduled Saturday's governorship elections in Edo State, the former president, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, has sued for peace while charging state institutions involved in managing the process to create a level playing field to ensure free and fair polling. And Jonathan made this known in a statement on Thursday in which he urged political actors and stakeholders to work towards deepening the nation's democracy by prioritizing the peace and security of Edo State. In the statement released by Ike Chukwueze, his media advisor, Dr. Jonathan, emphasized that the Edo election places a moral burden on state agencies, especially the police and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to rise to their constitutional responsibilities as independent arbiters in a democratic process. For sake of time, I'll quickly touch this other issue coming from the CDS, which is the Chief of Defense Staff CDS, Christopher Musa, has warned that those planning to create a crisis before, during, and after Saturday's off-season governorship elections in Edo should bury that thought. I'll be muting here and be making reference to this report, another report in this context. Sir, how do you see the forthcoming elections in Edo? How do you see it? And what are your expectations?
Yes, I want to state this. as a Nigerian and for us to know the peculiarity of Nigeria.
Okay.
If you consider the national elections in comparison with the local government elections, which are being coordinated by, as it were, being coordinated by the state governments, you realize that the level at which the state governments have been coordinating or conducting the election at the local governments, they tend to have what we call a direct control over that. You hardly can see any other party that do not belong to their own party winning any local government. So because of that mindset in which they themselves knew or know that they have not even been fair in quotes in terms of the fairness of conduct of the election. So they have that phobia to think that, okay, the same thing happens. So you see politicians in their games. After the election, you see the same politicians coming on the same table. So it's only the citizens that are just getting worked up on what politicians do. So to me, I hardly take the issue of politicians serious when it comes to making so much of noise. When it comes to elections, somebody wants to rig us. It's like they're embedded in it.
Okay, Prof, for sake of time, we have bills to pay. I will delve deeper into this conversation when we return after this quick commercial break. It's still the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching live and direct from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oga Polo, you sabi the Ogbonge University where my son fit go to fulfill him career goals?
My friend, no worry yourself. I don't carry my children go Thomas Adewumi University for quality career and entrepreneurial skills development. With just 140 marks in JAMB, you fit study nursing, accounting, engineering, public health, criminology, mass communication, and other courses at Thomas Adewumi University, Oku, Kwara State. For Thomas Adewumi University, students stay equipped with at least 2 digital skills before graduation. School fees now 300,000 naira and above. You fit also obtain student loan to study. Waiting you to wait for. Carry your children go Thomas Adewumi University today. Register at www.tau.edu.ng or call 0806 262 1572 or 090 539 29899.
Thomas Adewumi University. Hard work, diligence, and innovation.
Are you looking for a school for your child to grow? Look no further. We have got the perfect place to go. Our teachers are passionate and highly qualified. They will inspire your child to learn and thrive. Our schools are free. Your child will feel safe, happy, and strong. Let your child reach their full potential. Give them the education that is truly essential and competing with global schools. Enrollment is ongoing. Go to any government primary school closest to you and enroll your child in school. Kwara Lane. Every child counts. This message is brought to you by Kwara Lane.
Howdy, school owners and proprietors. The new school year is upon us and we've got some exciting news for you. Diamond 88.7 FM is offering exclusive discounts on all school advertisements with the pay for 5, get 2 free promo. Interesting, right? Introduce your school to the world at the most competitive rate ever. With this promo, you enjoy 2 extra slots of adverts free when you pay for 5. To enjoy this offer, visit us at Diamond 887 FM located at Plot 2 near Yidi Road, Irewolede, Ilorin, or call 091-2929-4332 or 090-7722-7120. Hurry now while offer lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Yes, we're glad to still have you there. It's exactly 20 minutes past 9. I am still on to the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching live and direct from Diamond 88.7 FM. Yes, we still have live in the building, Babaladura, Israel, Akiadewu. Yes, we are looking, and we started our conversation this morning with the forthcoming elections in Edo, and with time we'll also delve into our dear state, the state of harmony, Kwara State. Sir, you were saying something before we went on that quick breather. Of a truth, we admit that politicians will be politicians, but the issue is also the fact that Edo no be Lagos. What are your expectations? I keep hammering on that. Of a truth, we can see the target, the politicians locking horns, especially the game amongst APC, PDP, and the Labour Party. That's candidate of these three parties. Their voices are the loudest at the moment. How do you see things panning out? And the volatility. I keep asking this. The issue with godfatherism is still there. And the sitting governor wants to hand over to maybe a preferred candidate. All of this back and forth. Now, looking at all of this, the volatility and the issue with godfatherism, won't it come to play in the Edo politics by this time tomorrow?
Yeah, it don't be Lagos. It's a slogan created by politicians to outwit one another. Yeah, but okay. I can tell you this. Every aspirant, when they get elected, we also try to create their own godfatherism of that. The outgoing governor, Governor Obaseki, was under the tutelage of Adam Oshiomhole. Yes. At that time, he was talking favorably as far as Oshiomhole was concerned. Okay. But when he realized that his boss would not support him, he shifted ground. Let me use this word, he ported to another party. It's the same Obaseki. Movement from one party to another party with the same individuals. As what has changed in terms of ideology. So the godfatherism is what is created by the politicians to make their foothold and stamp their authority on the states. Unfortunately, the ill-informed citizens fall into this shenanigan. So that's what I want to say. Then number two, it's only God that can help us in the states. The issue of Edo, you'll have seen the power play. What is the difference between APC, PDP? Shuaibu was in APC. He moved with Obaseki to PDP. They were like saints. Yes. Then when things were not going forward, he's now moving to APC. What has changed? The same Shuaibu. So as APC, PDP, and even Labour, it's all the same thing. Politicians will always be politicians. The only thing that needs to change, which I've said several times, is for us to strengthen our institutions. When our institutions are strengthened, the issue of godfatherism will be underplayed. Why am I saying this? Look at what is happening. The Republican candidate for in America is equally facing illegal matters in courts. That's what we call institutions. So godfatherism hardly can play in such an environment. So this is where I think Nigeria should get to.
All right. Our lines are buzzing already. 0913-655-6952 is the number to reach us this great morning. 0913-655-6864. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Alaji Tayolo.
Alaji, good morning. Port Harcourt, Ilorin, Abuja. Where are you this time?
Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt. Okay, good morning. You have the floor.
You see, like the guest said, we need to strengthen our institution. And I want to tell you that Nigerian politicians, they are selfish. They are not responsive. They are only after what they will get. I know when our institution is strengthened, we need to amend our constitution to give every governor, every political aspirant 1 year, 4 year single term. Because many of them, after the second term, we amassed enough wealth to be able to create the issue of godfatherism and be able to have influence on whoever they want to control. So when such thing is out of our politics, the better for us. And again, we have to change our attitude. All these things are attitudinal. If we change our attitude, if we feel that if we want the system to work, it will really work. But people don't want the system to work because of their own selfish interest. And that's why I used to tell you that Nigeria is a collective project. Let there not be any sacred cow. Let's come out and do things accordingly and follow the rule of law.
Thank you so much, Alaji Tayolowo from Port Harcourt. I want us to move home, our host community, which is Kwara State. But before then, the issue with voter apathy. Please, let's have this call. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pa Godwin.
Godwin from that journey.
You have the floor, please. Make it brief.
Nothing we can say, sir. The government help us. Also politicians.
Amen.
Let us stay and pray for the man of God.
All right.
Politicians.
All right.
God bless you.
And you too. Thank you so much. Yes, we were saying something. I was asking about voter apathy. Now, in your reaction, I want you to tailor it down to Kwara. Because some individuals will say, what will happen. The ruling, whatever, class will have their way. Do you see people coming out en masse? Come tomorrow for the elections. What do you see people coming out to decide these elections in Edo? And also, we can also narrow it down to Kwara State.
Yes, I think the issue of voters' apathy is a function of the Nigerian matter. We tend to complain a lot, but you will see the elites during elections, they will stay indoors.
They stay indoors.
Those that come out are those that feels possibly the few ones. So yet we complain. There's a lot of things that we need to change our mindset. We keep talking about governments. Who are the governments? The citizens. The votes we always count. If the citizens are prepared. What do I mean? If everybody comes out and says, look, we are there. If you look at the system at the moment, is it the biometric system?
Yes, the BVAS.
I voted the BVAS. I voted the last time, and I saw the whole thing, the way it was actually counted. At times, Nigerians don't believe in their own country. Go on social media, you see people talking against their country. It's against the ethics of development. And I can tell you, to me, I believe that if we all decide it must work, it will work. When the citizens are prepared, it will work. So the adults own, I don't listen to when governors are talking, when they are complaining. They are used to one another, but the citizens should guide their votes.
They should.
They should. These are responsibilities.
All right.
We should guide votes, stay, let it be counted, and we monitor the system.
All right. I'll take it back to you. Sincerely, I want us to focus more on Kwara. I know this affects us directly. All right, our lines are still buzzing. Please, you can keep sending your messages just as I recommended earlier. Make it brief. 0913-655-6864. In Kwara, the heads of security agencies in the state have engaged in strategic meetings to ensure peaceful and local government council elections tomorrow. And the chairman of the Kwara State Independent Electoral Commission, who is Alhaji Muhammad Baba Okanla, stated that arrangements have been made for hitch-free government elections at the local level. He also shadowed for tomorrow. We all know that it's the election will hold tomorrow. And a statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, a DSP, Jire Adeyemi on Tuesday, says that the State Commissioner of Police, Victor Olaya, had assured the public of maximum security ahead of the local government elections. Meanwhile, the Kwara State Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Dr. Umar Mohammed, has also ordered the deployment of over 3,000 personnel across the 16 local government areas of the state. So much to say, but the context in Kwara is between 5 major parties: the All Progressives Congress, APC, the People's Democratic Party, PDP. We also have APM, we have SDP, and Accord Party. These are fielding candidates for the local polls in Kwara. Yes, we are heading home. But before we delve deeper into the discourse with elections in Kwara State, we need to go for another quick commercial break. And when we return, we'll talk more extensively on elections in Kwara State, the expectations and the need for more proactiveness, while we expect nothing but the best outcome.
For fast relief of cold pain, fever and headache. Karaole, koko.
Ẹ sọ fún ẹ̀fọ́rí òtútù yìí bàtàrà ríro kí wọ́n kán lùgbọ́ one time. Karaole ti dé o. Àgbàwọlé ní tíṣẹ́ ni àkàwọlé ń tè kan. Koríko tẹ́lẹ̀ bá ti tẹ òtún gbérí mọ́. Dìde Karaole lúbúlúbú funfun pẹ̀yìn ìrúkù sarajọ mẹ́ra yágágá. Àjàká kò tí sọkọ fún ẹ̀fọ́rí òtútù yìí bàtàrà ríro lágọ̀ọ́ ara. Káì! Kàsàkàsà knockout. Agbára ju agbára lọ. Dìde Karaole jagunla bí olùgbòǹgbò gàjàtọ̀ ara jàtọ̀ kìtìlẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ìlú rakẹ́gbà. To Yield Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. Àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe é gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi kápò oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. Bára rẹ̀ ò bá yá lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Má ṣàfihàn o, kàn sí dókítà rẹ̀.
Hello there! Looking for fun, laughter, entertainment, dance, trend, want to mingle or connect, some relaxation, and many more? Search no further. Diamond Amusement Park, located at Plot 2 New Yidi Road, Ilori, is where you get those. We've got pendulum, carousels, rocket launcher, roller coaster, Oculus Quest, swimming pool, table tennis, bumper car, swing, seesaw, horse merry-go-round, slides, lawn tennis, video games PS4, piggy cart, to mention few. Feel the adrenaline rush as I list our games. Want to celebrate your child's birthday, graduation, reunion, get together, or want to surprise your friend, partner, or family? Come visit Diamond Amusement Park today and you'll be glad you did. Refreshment is available at affordable rate. Gate fee is 500 naira. For full inquiry, call 080-2677-3152 or visit Plot 2 New Yidi Road, Ilori. Diamond Amusement Park, truly home of unlimited fun.
The sounds, the vibes, good talking, conversations. You can have it all on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilori. Diamond 88.7 FM, we've got you.
Yes, we're glad to still have you there. This is the second lap of the conversation. Just as I mentioned before going for that quick commercial break, okay, we are focusing Kwara at this segment of the conversation. It's the Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching live and direct from Diamond 88.7 FM. I'm Joseph Emery. Yes, we are looking at elections matters. We've touched on Edu, but I want us to now discuss more extensively on the Kwara State local government polls. So much expectations. Some persons are almost undecided. Some persons are saying, no, come Saturday, we will decide. All right? As some individuals are saying they cannot bear it any longer. They just have to use their votes to also let the public, the world, know, okay, what they are going through at the moment. And I still have live Abaladra, Israel. Sir, looking at Kwara, Kwara is regarded, even outside the shores of Nigeria, as the state of harmony. Yeah. What are your expectations in Kwara State? The politicians have already still doing their permutation, planning, plotting for the local government elections. But what are your expectations in Kwara?
I have a high hope that the election will go smoothly. That's one. Two, secondly, I just believe that individuals, the Kwarans, should take the bull by the horn. One, take your voter's card.
Okay.
Adhere strictly to the rules and procedures. Ensure that the votes are counted in your presence.
All right.
Whilst you are looking at that, be gathering evidences for in case of any disputes. I want to admonish our people not to make unguided statements or things that lack what we call empirical evidence when we are making our submissions.
Okay.
It's for us to just believe in the system. I want to believe that Kwara we have an excellent near to excellent election tomorrow. I want to believe that. And it's not the parties that will make it possible. It's the citizens. That will make it possible.
The position, I don't want to start calling names right now, but so it soon sounds as a campaign. But our opposition party also saying they are confident of the process. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yemi Asaju is my name.
We are glad to have you, sir, please.
The turnout of voters depends on how much mobilization the political parties have
undertaking. And just like our guest said,
Okay.
you see, when you see, crowd does not determine who wins an election, because there are three categories of people who will attend a rally: those who want to know the candidate, those who are there to get one or two things, and those who are there to just onlookers to see what they can take to other political parties.
All right.
So the turnout depends on the level of mobilization has been undertaken by candidates. Then politicians will always talk about rigging and counter-rigging, because most of them are products of rigging. So they know what it takes to win an election. So when, for instance, look at Edo State, for instance, the state governor who calls himself the chief security officer of the state, saying the election in that state is a do-or-die affair. So if you, as the governor of the state, could be making such pronouncement, what are you expecting from other political
All right.
parties?
Thank you so much.
The election in Kwara State will come and the winners will emerge.
Amen.
Good morning and happy day.
Good morning to you too, Mr. Yemi Asaju. Please, I'll take this reaction while we proceed on the conversation. This is coming from Adeyemo Aliyu from Ofa. He says, those who understand the need for electing good and quality candidate and not the rich candidate will stay in their comfort zones and be criticizing the system. Adeyemo Aliyu from Ofa. Another one here says, good morning to you in the studio. Election will always come and go, but one thing is certain: there could be no election without the electorate. We plead with those that will win to listen to the people. You cannot eradicate poverty or suffering, but you can reduce it. No name, okay, is Uludare from Irewolide. Yes, our security apparatus, our security agencies have given us assurances that there will be safety of life and property all through the process. And we can almost take the assurances to the bank that this will happen come Saturday. Are you also confident of all of this? Another issue is, I keep asking this question, maybe when Nigeria gets to that level where we can individually choose to do our thing almost digitally. I can go cast my vote and I return to work. I don't need to even, we don't need maybe curfew. We can just go do your thing and you continue your work. Now, some individuals, especially members of the opposition, are kind of somehow, they're thinking that men in uniform might be used by the ruling class. That is the ruling All Progressives Congress, to make a point. Do you share that thought?
I think the work of... I disagree slightly with that. If you look at the electoral system in Nigeria, you will realize that the security agencies would have nothing, little or nothing, to do when the citizens comport themselves.
Okay.
It is the unruly behavior of the voters that make the security agencies to have tremendous work to do. If the voters believe in the system, the electorate, they get to the polls and they cast their vote, they comport themselves. What will the security agencies do? You will not provoke the security agencies if you comport yourself. So the truth of the matter, which I've kept saying, is that let the voters come out tomorrow.
They should come out.
Let them vote. Let them ensure that the proper procedure is followed in their presence. You will realize, without the violent behavior of the voters, security agencies have nothing or little or nothing to do. It's still a function of the citizens.
All right, let's marry this call. Your life, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Sukuti on the line.
Mr. Sukuti, you have the floor. Please make it brief.
From the body language of the electorate, there's possibility that they are going to show a kind of apathetic attitude to voting tomorrow. If you look at the political party, they did not even push the rally, the election campaign like they used to push during the normal, the federal election.
That's the truth.
So the election tomorrow, I have not seen the seriousness from the part of the people. Secondly, people don't even know the valuable, as in how valuable the election of local government is. If you go to a developed country, they pick local government election more serious than even the presidential election. Because this is the election that has to do with we. This is our own government. The government at my doorstep. So tomorrow, whatever happens tomorrow, I just want to urge people that you go out there, go and cast your vote, and stand by your vote. The vote that tomorrow, that one day, to better your next few years.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sukuti. This is a very valid point. Maybe you quickly react to it. The campaign this time around took another turn. I don't know if you observed. Maybe because it's Quara. The campaign took another turn. Some individuals are saying they are doing door-to-door campaigns. I don't know if it's true because no candidate have really approached me that, okay, vote for me. I have a special whatever. No, it's taking another turn. And if you look at what happened in Edo, it's not like money, no pour of money, show of fame, and the rest of it. Is there anything? Because the campaign, I think it's already over. So now that nothing like campaigns and the rest, what to do is just prepare for the elections tomorrow. How do you say it?
Let me appreciate the Diamond FM for bringing out this. Campaigns are over. Citizens need to hear this from the last statement of the speaker. Is that there's what we have granted autonomy to local governments. Unlike before. The state government cannot control the finances of the local government. So the local government will be getting quantum of money to better the lives of the people in their localities.
And they can't get it unless there is a duly elected
absolutely exactly. Nobody can unpick anyone. So that is why each local government is even very peculiar. Wherever you are in your locality, guide your. In fact, it's even making the election to be much easier, to be well controlled, unlike the state and the presidential, because local government has boundaries. We have citizens know themselves. Each of those streets in those local government know themselves. You guide it very well, then you can even elect, irrespective of the party they belong to, that particular person that will administer the fund of the local government to better the lives of the citizens.
To better the life of the citizens. So much to say. 0913655695 for you listening. You can quickly make your reactions while we move on. Hello, your life. Your name and where you're calling from.
So, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Comrade John Okolo.
Comrade John, good morning.
Lauren, I want to congratulate the analysts in the studio.
Thank you so much.
You see, coming to Kwara elections, it will not be different from other states.
How do you mean?
Yes, it cannot be different because the ruling party will always sweep the toes. In other states.
Okay.
And my good analyst in the studio said that the electorate have the key to the success of the election.
Yes.
I disagree a little bit.
The
security men, like what happened in Kogi State, they were the people who started to make trouble before even the voters started to react. They helped to snatch the what do you call the.
Well, you know, Kogi is not Kwara, neither is Kogi. Edo State.
In Edo State, as for Edo State.
Let's give them that benefit of doubt, comrade.
Yep.
All right, the position is clear. Thank you so much. I don't know. I needed to quickly react to this. Yeah, he made valid point. But how do you say it? Do you also share the same thought?
So could you recap that?
I said, do you share the same thought?
Yes, will you recap what he said?
With our last caller. Yes, he's saying that you spoke at length about defending the need for a duly elected government in the local level.
Yes.
But our politicians will still have their way, especially the ruling class. Like saying APCs at the center, APCs in the state level. So meaning they will want to impose their own candidate on the people. That is what he's indirectly saying. And also saying that having security men in uniform and the rest of it might not really give the desired result. Making reference to Kogi State. I don't know. Do you agree with him?
I absolutely disagree. I'm an optimist. And like I've said, our people need to have this belief in the power of the voters. Look, the issue is this. the government we are talking about, who are the governments? Can the government rule without its citizens?
Without people.
Our people should be quite objective to themselves. Yes, we've asked so much and everything. And one thing that I've also learned in life, you will see opposition making quite a number of noise.
Yes.
By the time they get to court, provide evidence, they will not have any evidence for anything. And that is why at times when they undermine the judgments of electoral cases, you will observe that bringing evidences is different from assumptions and everything. You've gotten my point. So the reality is this: like every citizens of this country or the Quarans, as far as this election is concerned, if you don't go out, you are giving room for manipulations. But if you go out and mass, you guide your votes. Who is the government that is going to manipulate this? This thing is very clear. They cannot. I believe it's so much in the system.
All right. There's another question that comes to mind. The economic reality dictating the pace. The economic reality affected most of our politicians not pouring too much money at campaigns. I don't know if you observed. I observed. And now, people also saying this same economic reality will make these people, our electorate, yourself and myself, go to the polls to decide. I can't keep affording fuel at 1,000 plus. I can't even buy maybe Gary that is a poor man's whatever at the price it used to be. All of these economic realities affecting the decision of the electorate. Do you see that happening come tomorrow?
Let me slightly explain it. This is a local government election.
Okay.
Yes, and you have polling units closer to your house. Where is the fuel you need before you cast your vote? Am I traveling from one local government to another local government to cast my vote?
No, I mean, you know, when after the elections, we'll be left with us. Just before you pay 15 naira for transportation, now you pay maybe 250.
Okay.
But now people say no, they need another government to bring maybe another ray of hope.
Yeah.
So in that process, I would choose to go for someone different from the fellow that has chosen to allow all of these economic realities on us.
Remember, this is not a presidential election. The issue of fueling is a national issue.
It is.
We are talking about autonomy granted to local governments. The monies, the funds coming to local government has nothing to do with the national issue of fuel.
Political parties are government in the making.
Yes. So what am I saying in the sense is that you want to control. You see, if we do not localize this election, which is local government, we'll be talking out of context. It's like somebody conducting a research and using wrong methodology. So the issue of local government goes beyond that issue of fueling. It has a lot to do now that there's an expectation of funding coming from the center to your local government. How is this going to be managed? That is why you have to forget every shortcut, every pace you are expressing at the moment, and focus to ensure that the right person that will manage this fund is elected. That is our responsibility and duty at this point in time.
This time Monday we'll discuss again. Let's have this call. You're live. You know where you're calling from. Hello, you're live on air, Diamond at 8.7 FM.
Hello, good morning. It's still John Okoro speaking.
Okay, you have the floor, sir. Please make it brief, please.
You have to remember that the local government is not yet autonomous until October.
Until October, yes.
Yes, so the party that is ruling the state is still in control of their electoral institution.
But without this local government duly constituted, all right, there will be no autonomy for them.
That's what I'm saying. So what am I saying in effect is that the governors are still controlling the electoral process in every state.
All right. Your position is clear. Okay. That is Comrade Ben Okulo. Okay. Always thinking, yes, I don't know, but sincerely, so much to say. And that time is really fast spent. If you're to, you've said it before now, and you're still saying, you keep re-emphasizing the need for people to come out en masse to vote.
Exactly.
Yes. If you're to charge, maybe you're to have a one-on-one with the electoral umpire, what would be your advice? If you're to have a one-on-one with the electorate, what would be your advice moving forward? Because I want us to move to another issue, and this issue we'll just maybe touch it at the surface while we move on and call it a day on the program, hoping and praying that things go the right way. with the forthcoming elections?
The decisions made tomorrow by the electorate,
all right,
will define what that will impact in their lives. Every election is local election.
Every elections.
Before I live in Kwara State, I live in Ilorin West. In Ilorin West or Ilorin East, as the case may be, I belong to a particular street. I must, if my particular street is well catered for, as an individual, I will be happy and glad. If the road network in my street is done effectively, I'm okay. If my if the entire thing is done in my local government, I may not even have much to do when it comes to state, because my areas is catered for. And if that thing is done across the 774 local governments in Nigeria, then the entire country is developed. So that is why I say the people, in fact, yes, tomorrow's election in Kwara is much important than the state election in Edo State. Because this is a local election, we are seeing ourselves, we know ourselves, and it's one of the reasons why I've always been canvassing for community policing, because we are talking of insecurity, but when you have community, we know ourselves, it makes governance to be more effective. Government can rig election when it comes to local election, when citizens decide and say we want to take the bull by the own.
All right.
By the own, yeah.
All right. Okay, hello, live. This should be the last on this segment of the conversation. Okay, we are calling it a day gradually. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello. Hello.
Mr. Asukuti calling back.
All right, Mr. Asukuti, please 30 seconds.
The citizens should not think, should not try to blame whatever happens on the security. As our analyst said, if you stand by your vote, I'm very sure no security will come and harass you. You will come and do it. You cannot be doing something wrong and you expect the security personnel to put their hands and be looking at you. Then we should go and desist from the issue of money politics. Majority may not come out because maybe the candidates will not give them money. So if they don't give you money and you don't come out to vote, that means we still have no sense of what has pushed us to where we are today.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Sukuti. Yes, I want us to quickly maybe just touch it at the surface. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, has stated that the federal government is working towards decriminalizing attempted suicide in Nigeria. He made the disclosure on Thursday at a conference in commemoration of World Suicide Prevention Day. Briefly, how do you say this move by government?
As a spiritual leader, is the right move. You see, when you talk about attempted suicide, you are talking about depression. You are talking of somebody losing his or her mind. And what they need is not to criminalize it, it's not to prosecute them, it's to put them in what we call a strong counseling, in which you have religious counselors, psychologists coming together to counsel. Yep.
All right. So much to say. We say await the decision of government and the rest of it. Why we say this? Because it's something of the mind. There's someone having so much strength to earn a life or to unlive himself. It's somehow. Before we call it a good day, we know you are a man that believes greatly in God and the God factor, and also the place of accountability. But how do you assess the attitude of Nigerians? When I mean attitude of Nigerians with regards involving God in almost everything. When I mean involving God, okay, now we see what's happening. The elections is fast approaching. Some persons won't step out to vote, and they will expect God when things go the other way. When things go south, they say they pray to God. They made a decision in 2023. Now some individuals say this is the wrath of God on us. Nigerians and their belief in the God factor and all of this attitude, where God have given us the decision, choose ye this day life and death. Choose life so that you may live. How do you see all of this? Why we call it a day on the conversation?
The Bible says faith without work is vanity. The people of Israel, through their fathers, the patriarchs, Abraham and the rest, they believed in God of Israel. If you go to the synagogues, the Israel, they pray, the Jews. But what is happening today? They are productive. Yes, they pray to God to guide them, but they go out to conquer their enemies.
Yes.
So believing in God must not make you to be lazy or docile. Prayers will not work when there is no productivity. It is prayer that will crown all your efforts. If you are sleeping, doing nothing, you are just taking God for granted. Prayers we have nothing to do with that productivity.
All right. On this note, I'll be calling it a day on the conversation. Prayers without work is dead. And the way to work is by you to step out, go cast your ballot tomorrow. That's the size of the program this great morning. The Diamond Breakfast Show, reaching live and direct from Diamond 88.7 FM. I sincerely appreciate your time with us, Baba Ladura.
Thank you so much.
Israel Akiadewo. He is President Organization of African Instituted Churches, OAIC, Prelate Motailatu Church, Cherubim and Seraphim Worldwide, and also Associate Professor of Accounting, University of Elisha, Osun State. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. He is not alone. He came with his entourage and team of colleagues. We sincerely appreciate your presence in the studio with Baba Ladura. Thank you, sirs, for coming. Yes, tomorrow is on us, and you have to do the needful. Make sure what you're doing will make us better at the long run. Okay? Don't wait for God to do it for you. Things you need to do for yourself. Step out tomorrow. Do it. Start from now to make the right decision, to make the right choice for you, for us, and for a better society. I remain Joseph in Mary B. Leave it logged on your shining Supreme radio station. Special thanks to my producer and person of Mr. Taiwo Adedinron, to also the general manager, Mr. Michael Abiodun Olarewaju. At exactly 10, we will be having Ebawa Dasi. Yes, another program, okay, in Yoruba. You enjoy, and just as we promised, we'll keep giving you nothing but quality broadcasting from now till we bid our farewells. But for now, we say leave it locked on your shining Supreme radio station, Diamond 88.7 FM. Good morning.
ẹ mọ̀ tó kù déédéé wòyí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ìròyìn ayọ̀ ọmọ mú wá fún yín o gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ní mọ́tò pátápátá tó sì jẹ́ wípé àmójútó ọkọ̀ yín jẹ yín lógún. Soladex Exim Automobile ọ̀gá ni wọ́n nípa kí wọ́n sọ ọkọ̀ di tuntun kó dùn wò ní rekete. Pabambari ibẹ̀ wá ní wípé ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ òde òní ni wọ́n fi ń báyàn kún ọkọ̀. Soladex Exim Automobile olú iléeṣẹ́ wọn wà ní number 10 Shao Close off Agbonda Road, Adéwọlé Estate, Ìlọrin, Kwara State. Bóyá ẹ ti lo ọkọ̀ yín bí ijọ́ méjì mẹ́ta kan, ọ̀dà rẹ̀ ti fẹ́ máa ṣá, ẹ kàn sí wọn.